What's good, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 24 of Tune Check. I'm your host, Chris, and I've been pretty excited since last night because of the Grammys. I've been really eager to talk about it ever since, the show ended. I know it's been like less than 24 hours, but and I've also wanted to make this video. I wanted to start doing video podcasts now too because it's something I've been really wanting to do for a while. I've made videos before and I've made them as like bloopers, but I never really put them out because I'm like, let me just stick to audio. But I want to try new things, elevate myself, see how it goes. But like I said, let's just get into it. We're gonna talk about the Grammys, we're gonna talk about some people that won awards and stuff. Even though the Grammys is known for snubbing and stuff, like it is still a feat to be nominated for an award like that. Grammy nominated, Grammy winner, regardless, that's a title that still deserves recognition and still deserves all the credit that comes with it. So congrats to everybody. That I wanted to talk about is Muni Long. She won a Grammy for Made for Me, best R&B performance. Shout out to Muni, she's an amazing performer, amazing singer, great artist. Every time she hits the stage, she's always giving 110%. She's always doing the best that she can. I think she's great. Her last album, Revenge, was amazing. Go check it out if you haven't, but congrats to Muni Long. She definitely deserves this award. Then the next person within the R&B categories, is Lucky Daye. He won the award for Best Traditional R&B performance. Another great singer, another great artist. His album Algorithm was nominated, I believe, for Best R&B album or Best Progressive R&B album. But congrats to him as well. He definitely deserves that, just like how Muni Long deserves hers. The next person, down in the R&B line is Chris Brown. He won Best R&B album and got a Grammy for 1111. 1111 is a phenomenal album. It's great, has so much replay value. The deluxe is even better. It's an album that I've been listening to since, 2023 when it came out, all of 2024. His tour was amazing when I went. And I'm happy that he's finally, getting his flowers, that he's getting the recognition that he deserves. Aside from all the controversy that he had earlier in his career and a few years ago, he's really taking the right foot forward and trying to make things better for himself, and his family and his legacy. And I really appreciate that. And I see that. I feel like we all seen it. He's a great artist. I consider him the Michael Jackson of this generation. And he's always a great performer. I'm really happy that he won that because it's been a long time coming. This is his second Grammy win since Fame when he won that years ago. And I feel like he's the only artist on the list that really deserves it, considering all the work that he puts in and, all the hits that he makes, all the songs he has, the great discography and everything. So shout out to him for real, definitely. And I know he was happy too because he posted up about it and everything, but he shouted out, Team Breezy, he shouted out the Grammys, congratulating everybody. And then next, one of the biggest highlights of the night is from Doechii. She won her Grammy Award for Best Rap Album. Doechii's album is in my top 10 of last year. But Doechii's an amazing artist, amazing rapper. She's phenomenal, honestly. Like I love her music. I think she's dope. She could definitely compete with a lot of people. And she's actually the third female rapper in history to take this award home. So, first being Lauryn Hill, second being Cardi B, and then the third being her. And I thought it was like a little full circle thing. Cardi being the second, she was the one that, gave the award out to Doechii being the third. And I think that was dope. Even Doechii's speech afterwards was amazing too, very inspiring. And then she also performed. I feel like her performance was amazing. Definitely hit it out the park with that. And I feel like all that hype and, positivity and momentum from winning the Grammy Award definitely like showed in this performance. Doechii's an amazing artist and I'm really, really excited to see like what else she could come up and like release and do in her career. I know she's going to be super big, bigger than she is right now. She's going to be like one of the main voices in hip hop and rap for men and females. It's going to be fire. I definitely can't wait. And I know her tour is coming soon, so I'm definitely having to check that out. She's also releasing a new album this year as well. So look forward to that. I Know I Am. It's going to be lit. And she also released a song called Nosebleeds right after she won. So I think that's like super dope. Her victory lap. I think Killer Mike did the same thing last year. So I thought that was pretty cool, but check out the song. She references Kanye's speech when he won his Grammy a few years ago, where he was like, oh, they was going to ask me what I would do if I lose. Now we'll never know. So, but congrats to Doechii. And, speaking about Kanye, like, man, he's always doing some weird shit. Like, not even weird shit, just some crazy shit. Like, he was on a rant a couple of days ago, like on social media, saying, I'm a billionaire, I'm not a clone. I could talk as much as I want because I'm rich, all this stuff. Something about Kamala, then, stuff about Trump. And I'm just like, all right, bro, like every time opens his mouth or says something, he's gonna like promote or release something. And it's just like, what is it now? But I think it's because he was doing his Yeezy slides. He announced that he has new Yeezy slides coming out. But, let's go back to, the topic at hand. He was at the Grammys, he's a nominee. His song Carnival got nominated. And he pulled up with his wife, walked on the red carpet, or whatever carpet it is. And she basically was like naked, like wearing a dress that you can see everything, nothing under it, just naked. At first, I thought I was tripping. I'm like, oh, nah, she's wearing like the censor bars. I'm like, okay, like, I guess that's cool. But it took me a while to realize that all these like pages was censoring it for us. And then I'm like, oh, wow, she really was just out here naked. It was crazy. And then it turns out that like somebody said that they were escorted out of the Grammys for not being invited, but that didn't make any sense because if you're nominated, I'm assuming you're always invited. Afterwards, it turns out that he actually just ended up leaving with her. So I thought that was kind of a flex. I'm like, okay, you just pulled up, walked the carpet, and just dipped. It turns out that he actually released like his episode for his podcast later that day. So I'm like, okay, this makes sense why you're like, buzzing a little bit because you got something coming out, like I said. But the whole Grammys thing was crazy. And then he posted up the dress that his wife wore, who made it and stuff. And then he started posting up pictures of him and her, in a photo shoot. He's saying that that might be the Vultures 3 cover. But I thought it was hilarious. Kanye is just Kanye and he's always going to be Kanye. I was hoping he would like stay to see if he would do something crazy, but I mean, he did it outside, but still, like, it would have been kind of funny. But it is what it is. And then another Grammy Award winner is SZA. She won Best R&B Song for Saturn. Congrats to her. I feel like she's been having like a really good past like 2 years now. Like she's having a really good run from, Soul's dropping to Lana, the deluxe and now to this. And then from her performing with Kendrick on a Super Bowl. And then from her going on tour with him too afterwards, I think she's really doing great. And also she just had a movie come out like a few weeks ago. I need to check it out. I'm super excited about it. And I'm excited to see her on tour with Kendrick. I can't wait. I bought my tickets for one of their shows, so I'm excited. And then another pair of females that won Grammys is Rapsody and Erykah Badu. They won Best Melodic Rap Performance with 3 a.m. Rhapsody's album was really fire. I thought it was dope, and I'm really happy that she took home an award, especially with Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu, she's a GOAT. And then next is one of the main winners, or probably like the most important one, Kendrick Lamar. He won 5 Grammys. He swept all categories that he was nominated in. That's a given. We all knew that was going to happen. Like, there was no way he wasn't going to win. The Grammys love Kendrick, and Kendrick's been on a run right now since last year, from the rap beef to GNX to his tour to the Super Bowl. So he's that guy right now in hip hop. It was funny because when he won, I think, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, I don't really know what the difference is, but he was going up on stage. Everybody was singing Not Like Us. And then you heard the crowd just sing A minor and everything. I thought it was hilarious. Like, and then people was noticing that he pulled up in a Canadian tuxedo because he was wearing like all denim. So I thought that was funny too. And people was comparing his chain to the football player Jalen Hurts. I thought that was hilarious. So I was like, damn, he's being petty just like Drake, taking little shots here and there and stuff with the whole outfit. I believe in one of his acceptance speeches, he had mentioned that his aunt had passed away, I think. So you could kind of see like the hurt in his face, but I feel like him winning these awards and, feeling all that love and positivity in the ceremony kind of helped him a little bit and uplifted him a little bit. But, shout out to him. And, I hope him and his family are like, all right, and deal with whatever's going on, in a great way and that they all come out of it stronger. RIP to his aunt. I know some people are probably mad that Like That didn't win nothing, but it wasn't really that crazy of a song. Not Like Us really took over the world and it was just played everywhere. That was the biggest record and song of last year. So it only made sense, But I'm really excited for his tour. I'm really excited to see a Super Bowl performance. I feel like even if he doesn't do Not Like Us on a Super Bowl, he's still going to do a great job. I've seen him live. I've seen his previous performances on award shows and he's always delivering. So it's going to be fire. And I really am excited to see him on tour. The last time I seen him was for, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, like 2 years ago. And it was amazing. It was one of the best tours I've been to. It was definitely better than Drake's tour because Drake just be like running around with like fireworks. But Kendrick really puts on a show and he's very creative with it. And I really like it. But I'm really excited to see, what else 2025 brings for him. And, a lot of people are like mentioning Drake all over his award stuff. And I'm just like, yo, like, the beef is over. Like that shit don't even matter no more. Like this is about to be a year. So just let him just take his W and just, keep it pushing. But a lot of people are like, oh, this is still tied to Drake in a way, which is true. Him winning these awards is definitely still tied to Drake. So, one of his biggest moments is still going to be tied to him. But regardless, like, he's still taking the W. They're both still great artists at the end of the day, regardless of who is who, And, speaking about performances, I was surprised that The Weeknd actually pulled up and performed at the Grammys. I thought he was gonna, I thought they got somebody else. I remember The Weeknd boycotted the Grammys because he didn't, win something or he got snubbed. So it was really surprising to see him there. But then again, it's good for, his publicity and also because his tour is, going on sale in a couple days, the tickets. So I could see that's why he did it, but it was still a dope performance and, with Cardi too. But it was definitely a shock to me. I was like, damn, I didn't really expect to see you there. But The Weeknd, his career, it's amazing. His last album came out a few days ago. So I'm definitely excited for that tour as well. And I hope he does win an award, next year for it. But we'll see what happens. And another winner that I wanted to mention is Tems. She won a Grammy for Best African Music Performance. Tems' album was great too. She's definitely been on a run as well. And then last but not least, Beyonce, she took home Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter. And I think that's great. Cowboy Carter was an amazing album. I don't really listen to country music, but that shit was pretty fire to me. And it was funny because like when they gave her the award and they told her she won, she was like very shocked. And Jay-Z was shocked too. That little like couple seconds of them in the camera was funny. And Blue really was like, yo, get up, like, kept her kept her in check. I really thought that was funny. But she became the first black woman to win Best Country Album at the Grammys. And she definitely deserves it. It's Beyonce. She's always going to deliver a great project, always going to deliver great music. And she still has the most Grammy wins in history. I believe Kendrick just became the third rapper with the most Grammy wins. I think he's at 22 now. Second is Kanye with 24, and then Jay-Z with 24 as well. So that's fire. And I feel like he's definitely going to most likely exceed them because I know he's not stopping anytime soon with his music. He definitely has more albums and stuff to put out. So he probably in like the next like 2 years, 3 years, he's probably gonna top that and be number one. So none of that matters. And also Beyonce is the first black woman to win Album of the Year since Lauryn Hill in 1999. So it's been 26 years, which is crazy. I feel like she should have won Album of the Year a while ago, or just in general, everybody else. And it's crazy that Doechii's like the third female rapper to win Best Rap Album. There's been so many other great female rappers with great albums out that definitely deserve that award as well. So, the Grammys got a lot of catching up to do. But what kind of stuck out to me when Beyonce won was Jay-Z, because I remember last year or the last Grammy ceremony, he was, when he received his award, he was talking about how like it doesn't make sense for Beyonce to not win Album of the Year because she's the most awarded in history. And even to their calculations, it doesn't make any sense. He was calling him out. And he was saying that a lot of people don't really deserve to be in these categories or nominated or even to be there in general. So he was just calling them out and saying stuff. And I'm like, he kept it real. So this year is like a whole like 360. So I feel like they listened to what he was saying. And Beyonce finally got something. She finally got Album of the Year for a category, considering the fact that, CMA, they snubbed her and didn't really give it to her, but, the Grammys gave it to her. And then when you were looking at all the attendees and stuff and the nominations, they were actual, like, really good nominations, like, for really good projects. And all these artists are, like, really good and know what they're doing instead of, like, these random ass, like, artists that got, like, TikTok songs and stuff. Like, so I'm like, I feel like they really listened to him and they actually like gave a really good show this year. It was very well like made. It was great. The performances were amazing. And I feel like this was one of like the best Grammy Awards in a while. And I'm hoping they keep like this momentum and keep it like that for the next time because, they definitely need to be smart about who they nominate and who they actually want to give it to, give it to like the person that really deserves it. This was a really good sign, maybe like the first step. But shout out to Jay-Z for really calling him out and putting him on the spot and stuff. And shout out to all the people that won awards, all the people that were nominated. Like I said, that's still a great feat. It's still something to put under your resume. And I really enjoyed the show. Hope you guys all enjoyed it as well. But that's it for this episode. I just wanted to just recap what happened at the Grammys and, who won and stuff. I was really excited about the show. Like I said, it made me feel really good. It was definitely one of the better ones that have happened recently. And I'm really excited for what else 2025 has. The next main thing is the Super Bowl, and then we got some albums dropping in February. So I'm excited for that. I'm definitely gonna talk about the Super Bowl performance. I don't really know too much about football, but I'm gonna definitely chat about the Super Bowl performance, because it's Kendrick. It's gonna be lit. Definitely excited and, hope you guys tune in for the next episode. But that's it for this episode. Like, follow, and download. Follow me on social media. If there's any music that like is out and you want me to check it out or anything you're making, send it to me. I'll let you know how it is. And then check out my previous episode, episode 23. It just dropped two recently. But that's it for this episode. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you guys all for listening. Share my stuff to your friends, coworkers, family, people next door at the store, don't matter. Anybody that could see or hear it. And I really appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.